The NBA trade deadline just 2 days away. On ESPN.com, within the last hour, our NBA experts share 7 big NBA trades they want to see. Among them, Bobby Marks wants to see a blockbuster between the Warriors, Timberwolves, and Bucks that sees Golden State guard D'Angelo Russell headed to the Twin Cities. Russell averaging a career-high 23 points per game while shooting 38% from 3. And our Bobby Marks with us now on SportsCenter AM. So you want to see a blockbuster trade. Tell us what that trade might look like.
Well, it's complicated just because when you look at Minnesota, Golden State, and we're going to put the Milwaukee Bucks into play here because of Robert Covington, the most wanted man in the trade deadline. First, D'Angelo Russell, $27.3 million. You have to come within 125% of that number. You're also faced with the hard cap here, so you cannot take back more than $2.5 million of salary. So when you look at a player like Russell, and we put Andrew Wiggins in here under contract for the next 4 seasons, much maligned, inconsistent, of course. We go to Milwaukee. What do they have to give back here? They have a player like DJ Wilson. They have Ersan Ilyasova, who is under contract, he's got a non-guaranteed. Both players are going to the Timberwolves. They also have Indiana's first-round pick.
They've got Giannis too. They could.
No, we're not touching Giannis, Jay. You wanted to touch this board before. We're not touching Giannis. And when you look at the Timberwolves, we have Robert Covington here, and that would go to Milwaukee. So it's a complicated 3-team trade, but the hard part when you look at D'Angelo Russell going to Minnesota is who else do you have to offer? Mm-hmm. You're not offering Karl Anthony Towns. No. You cannot trade Allen Crabbe. So now you're looking at Gorgui Dieng and Robert Covington, and they also have picks. They have their own pick this year, unprotected first, going to Golden State. And I know that's a lot. That's a rich deal, but you have to look at D'Angelo Russell, 23 years old, not a great draft. And when you look at putting that trade, it's successful. 5-player, 3-pick trade with Golden State getting that pick right there.
You mentioned at the top of this talking about D'Angelo Russell, the coveted D'Angelo Russell. Why is he so valuable? Well,
there's 3 things. One, he's still 23 years old. He doesn't turn 24 until February, at the end of February. He's under contract to 2022-23, and he ranks in the top 25 in points and assists. I look at D'Angelo Russell as kind of that franchise-type quarterback. Those are hard to get to. Point guard is hard to get to, especially for Minnesota that really needs a reboot there with Karl Anthony Towns.
Well, the Warriors just keep him then.
Well, that's the other thing, right? Because the cavalry is on its way.
That is true.
So when you look at their roster here, this is their current roster, right? This is the team we saw last night in Washington that wind up winning without D'Angelo Russell, who was hurt. But look who's coming, right? You've got Steph Curry coming back. You've got Klay Thompson coming back. And the most important thing that you have, you've got a top 3 likely pick that you can put right in the middle. Perhaps maybe James Wiseman, who played at Memphis. And that is your Golden State lineup for last year. So a team that's in the lottery this year, this team can compete with the 2 LA teams right now, and it's basically this year's a bridge gap.
Mm-hmm. But trading Russell could have a huge impact on their future.
Huge.
If it happens.
Huge.
We'll see.
What's up? Thank you so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. Don't forget to download the ESPN app, and if you want more premium content, which you do, make sure that you subscribe to ESPN+. See you soon.